This video falls under fair use. Fair use allows commentary, criticism, and reactions. What's up, back with another one. So today I'm going to show you this clip of Gilbert and Matt exposing the Mavericks.
Someone told me they're building a Nico statue in front of Staples.
They should.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
They should. Listen, we can blame them. We can blame them if we want to. It's easy.
This is where I'm going. A GM cannot trade a franchise player.
Cannot.
Absolutely cannot trade a franchise player.
To me, it seemed like this happened. You get a new owner. The owner wants Luka to bend the knee. That's his organization. No. That's Luka's organization. You bought it, but those people around there know him. Mm-hmm. Those people around there cheer for him. Mm-hmm. You coming in, you want him to bend. He's not bending. So when the ideal of trade comes, you're willing to do it.
I've been saying Nico was going to be the scapegoat, and it's almost like, and we're not sure, we're just speculating, but he can't even really come out and speak on it either because it could discredit him moving. He just has to take it on the chin.
Oh, yeah. You got paid. This is what you got paid to do.
Remember, he got an extension going into the final when the team was going into the finals.
Yo, get paid to sit in that stand while they yell.
And death threats and all kinds of shit.
To sit there with that stressful look on his face because that's what your job is. Your job is
forward facing.
If I make a bad decision,
you take it.
You take it.
Right. Let's keep it real. They're missing two of the best players in the game.
You made a trade. You got AD. You re-signed Kyrie. You got the number one pick. So you're going to blame AD being fat on him, right? If you look at AD right now, look like he gained a lot of weight. Is that his fault too? Like the record 3-8 because you don't have your best players, that's his fault too?
Well, my question to you, and I think we know the answer. If you have a healthy Dallas team, Nico still has a job.
Of course.
There's no question about it.
The way teams win is by focus, by having the right character, by having the right culture, and having the right dedication to work as hard as possible to create a championship winning outcome. And if you're not doing that, you're going to lose. And if you look at the greats in the league, the people you and I grew up with, Jordan, Bird, Magic, Kobe, Shaq, they worked really hard every day with a singular focus to win. And if you don't have that, then it doesn't work. And if you don't have that, you shouldn't be part of the Dallas Mavericks. That's who we want.
Just going through your mind, how did you frame a decision of such magnitude like this?
So tough decisions are never easy. And part of leadership is looking at risk and looking at all the factors of a decision and being willing to act at that time and look to the long term and not only think about the short term or how it may be received immediately, but to think about the long-term benefits and what it may allow you to achieve if given all the right considerations. And I think for us, going into the trade deadline last year, we were not competitive. If you recall, we were not a playoff-bound team. And we were able to do some things to reconstruct the roster and enable the team to become very competitive. And after the trade deadline last year, we actually had the best record in basketball, which was a big accomplishment. And we got to the championship games, and we didn't win. And so we had to decide, how do we get better? What can we do to improve our team? And so we looked at our trajectory during the season and realized that we did not get better. But the teams that we competed against, some of which we beat, did get better. And ultimately, when you look at the Eastern Conference, after we were to get through the Western Conference, if we're so fortunate, you would have to beat some very formidable teams, including one that we lost to, which actually got better. So this was a decision about the future. If you look at our roster today and who we have, we feel like we position ourselves to be incredibly competitive against the best teams in the NBA. And if you're a fan of basketball, I'll just throw that out there, you have Kyrie Irving, Klay Thompson, PJ Washington, Anthony Davis, and either Daniel Gafford or Derek Lively as your starting five. That's going to put fear into a lot of teams in the league if we can get going.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Right? And so the objective was, how do we create a roster for the future that allows us to be the most competitive team?
Gilbert Arenas and Matt Barnes spoke out about how Dallas Mavericks general manager Nico Harrison is being unfairly blamed for the team's current struggles surrounding Luka. In their discussion, They made it clear that a GM can't simply trade a franchise player, especially one who has led the team to success, and that deeper power dynamics are at play. Arenas suggested the new ownership might be trying to establish control and get Luka to bend the knee, but pointed out that the organization and fan base already revolve around Luka, making that impossible. Barnes added that Nico has become the easy scapegoat, saying he can't even defend himself publicly without risking his credibility. They both agreed that part of being an executive is having to take the criticism when things go wrong, even when circumstances like missing key players are out of your hands. Arenas reminded viewers that the GM's job is to stand tall when the pressure hits, even if the team's record doesn't tell the full story. Together, they painted a picture of how politics, power, and perception inside an NBA organization can push someone like Nico Harrison into an impossible spot.